Appreciate it very much. We are pleased to be joined now by Kike Hernandez. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you taking the time. And I know that you said, Kike, that jet lag is real. So thank you even more for being on the show today. What was that Tokyo experience like for you? Because it seemed like everybody was having a great time, but you really embraced it.
I mean, it was an amazing trip. I had an idea of what to expect just based off going to the All-Star Series back when they used to do it. I think I went to the last one they made in 2018, and I really got to enjoy my time there. We had a little bit less of an adjustment period that time through, so the struggle was even more real that time. But it was just amazing to see how a city, how a country, you know, they all, you know, kind of like were looking forward to those 2, 3, 4 days, whatever it was, that we were gonna be there. And you know, they made 2 days feel like an amazing time. And I'm just really glad that I got to be a part of it, and I'm really glad to be Roki, Yoshi, and Shohei's teammate.
Yeah, and you are amongst the league leaders in home runs, sitting out, of course, top the leaderboard, tied with Shohei Ohtani. How fun is that, knowing that you've been the home run leader for about a week?
Yeah, it's been great. It's what I do. I just hit a lot of homers to where I'm leading the league for weeks.
Dingers.
But I'm letting Tommy and Shohei, you know, be on the board with me on that one. But you know, the RBI category, that's my category. I'm sitting solo there, so you know, I'm just pretty much sitting on my numbers right now.
Yeah, you hit for average, you hit for power, great, you know, Gold Glove defense there. You can play all over the field. I mean, you're like more like a 6'7" tool player. Kike, let me ask you about what the offseason was like for you, because I was screaming on the top of the rooftop, making sure, hoping anyway, that Andrew re-signed Teo and they re-signed you as the Hernandez brothers. I have never seen a fan base embrace a guy so much in terms of wanting a player back on a team and what you mean to this team, particularly in the postseason when it matters the most. What was that experience like for you? And was there a chance you were going to sign anywhere else?
I mean, a chance, I would say yes. I was just waiting. There was nothing really going on until the last day or two there that, you know, it felt like we started getting a little more action. But by that time, it was a little late because the Dodgers came in and obviously said we're pretty full roster-wise. We want you back, but of course, we understand you got to do what's best for you and your family. We're throwing out this offer at you, but you can't do anything till February 10th. And if something better comes by, then we understand. But that better never came by. I mean, it wasn't necessarily I wanted to go back so desperately that I was going to say no to everybody else. There was just really nobody else. So I guess it was a good spot to be at, where I get to come back to the Dodgers and get to defend the title and, you know, get in front of the home crowd that, like you said, rallied troops behind me and try to do everything they could in their power to bring me back. And I just want to say that was very, very well felt. And every time I saw something like that, it brought me a smile to my face, especially seeing them bombard Gomer, Andrew, and Doc's interviews during FanFest. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I was one of those guys that was pretty loudly championing to bring you back, because at some point you find a formula, you find a recipe that you know, works really good. If we're talking earlier, Alana, about making caldo to help Mookie feel better and the Vicks and everything else, you find a recipe and you keep making that recipe. But it turns out when you have Kike Hernandez in the recipe, you go out there and you win World Series. At least last year, definitely in 20, the last time you were here. What was so special about that 2024 run? Because it seemed like you dudes were having a lot of fun, and we've seen this club, these guys, different groups of guys, of course, having a lot of fun, 17, 18, into 20. But this, Dave has mentioned it a number of times. You guys seemed different. What was so special about that 2024 organization or that roster?
I would say the unity that we had in the locker room. I think it was really close to 2020. as far as how together we were. And I mean, just saying that's hard to accomplish. In 2020, we were only able to get like that because we were stuck in a hotel together for an entire month. And this time through, you're flying, we were busing to San Diego, and then we're flying across the country twice to go to New York. And obviously, I mean, it's the biggest games of the year, so everybody's got pretty much their entire families with them. And for us to decide, we get it, our families are with us, but we only have to do this for one more month, whatever it is it's going to take in order for us to win the World Series. We're just going to sacrifice a little bit more the little time that we have left to make sure that we get as close as a group as we can in order for us to accomplish special things, especially when times get really tough like they did against the Padres. And I don't think that if it wasn't because of our, how much we cared about each other and the mentality that we all had in the locker room, I don't think we would have been able to come from behind against the Padres or, beat the Mets, who were steamrolling baseball for the last 2-3 months of the season. And then, of course, the Yankees had a great team, and that was kind of back and forth as well. So I don't think everything happens if we weren't the way that we were inside closed doors.
Yeah, you guys absolutely bought in, every single one of you on the roster. We had Andrew Friedman on the program a couple of weeks after you guys won the World Series, and he said something to me that was interesting, because I was with you guys in 2020 and obviously at the beginning of the Andrew Friedman era, and he said, who would have thought that the guy in a banana suit would have turned out to be one of the best leaders on this team, and really taking over a leadership role? How do you think you've evolved into that guy?
I don't think one guy has to do with the other. I think you can be both if you understand your role. I mean, I understand that, my role requires me to play 7 different positions, but it also requires to be that energy guy in the locker room, that, that guy that keeps things loose, the guy that, makes a tough day end with a laugh or whatever it is. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I can go out of my way to help guys when they're in need of help. As far as, this game teaches you a lot with experience, and I've been blessed to be a part of 9 postseason runs, and every single postseason teaches you so much, and it teaches you things that you only acquire by living in it. So there's things that you can make sure that certain players don't have to go through or live through for them to learn from it. So I feel like I have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge when it comes to that, and I know what it takes to win. So I figured, if this is going to be my last time wearing a Dodger uniform and we're going to go down, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that we don't go down, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to help this team win. And even if that means I'm not on the field, because I was doing certain things against the Padres in that locker room that I still wasn't in the lineup for those. So I was just trying to see how I could help the team win even without getting on the field, because that was out of my control.
All right, what do you do? Hang on a second. That's a question that begs an answer to. What were you doing against the Padres when you weren't in the lineup? Tell me more about that role.
I mean, there's certain things that are what happens in the locker room stays in the locker room, right? I mean, there was conversations had throughout that series that, if one day the players that I was talking to want to talk about it, great, but I'm not gonna sit here and talk about it, because I think those were pretty intimate and private conversations. So if they want to go and tell them, then that's great, but I don't like sitting here and talking about things that I did and didn't do and going into specifics. But I was just trying to get inside people's brains.
Hey, you got a lot of good wood on AU. Darvish, I think fastball, curveball, whatever it was. The important thing is ball went really, really far in that series, and that's when just feeling that as a fan, that weight off of our chest, like, hey, we're gonna get out of the DS again. This is a chance. This is a really, really good ball club. listen, we know, Kike, you do a lot of things in that clubhouse that are important, that are special for your teammates. We actually had Matt Kemp on the show last year, shortly after he retired as a Dodger, thankfully. And we had asked him if there was one guy that he could have had, that this Dodgers organization could have had back in the day, back when they were, getting beat by the Phillies, unfortunately, 08, 09, and all that kind of stuff. He mentioned you, a guy that he played, I think, one season with. He said if we had Kike in that lineup, you taught him how to make baseball fun again. What does something like that mean to you, and how much have you kind of heard that from different players that you've, suited up with along the way?
I mean, I got a little bit of chills going. I saw that interview when it happened, or after it came out. I love Matt. We built a special bond in the short period of time we were teammates. We had a pretty special year, him getting to come back to the Dodgers and, finally getting to go over the hump and win the National League and go to the World Series. Of course, we got mollywopped by a juggernaut in the Red Sox that year, but for us to see Matt, play all those years here, be the face of the franchise, and then leave and come back and take Chris Sale deep in Game 1 of the World Series, that was a pretty cool moment out of that series. But yeah, I mean, those type of comments, they mean the world to you because for us as baseball players, we know what a baseball player can do on the field. Sometimes you don't necessarily know how good a player is till you get to play with that guy and you get to see that guy for 162 games. But if I'm being real, when you ask guys around the league, how is so-and-so, you never ask him about how he's on the field. You always ask how he's as a teammate, how he's in the locker room. And, to have guys with the type of careers that Matt Kemp had, speak that highly of me, that is a true honor, and those are the things that you take with you when they take the game away from you, because you can't play the game, but you're still being that person that people are asking about how you are. So I mean, that all means the world to me.
He literally said you were the aura, and he missed the Kike Hernandez aura, such an important element of being in the clubhouse. And the last time the Dodgers got their World Series rings, Kike, you were a member of the Boston Red Sox. This time, you will be home with the Los Angeles Dodgers to get your rings. What do you anticipate that ceremony being like? As a member of the team that just won the World Series, you guys are back again, trying to run it back. You have the same amazing core for the most part, but you also have some young blood in there that hasn't won one yet, so it's a good infusion of a 26-man roster. What do you think that moment will be like for you?
I mean, the only way I can answer it is special, because I honestly have no idea what to expect. I have no clue. I don't know what the last one looked like, so I have no idea what this thing is going to look like. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I mean, the guys are all excited. The guys that didn't win it last year are claiming to not be excited, but I'm sure it's going to add a little bit to the fuel in their fire. I've given Kirby, I work out with Kirby in the off season. We've been working out for a couple of off seasons now, and I always given him a hard time. When he was starting to talk to the Dodgers and it became public that the Dodgers were interested, I was like, "Oh, you're about to wear your third gold jersey in your career. We got to get you a ring this time." And for him to be part of his third gold jersey club and not actually get a ring, I'm pretty sure that adds a lot to it. We got a guy in Tanner Scott that's a fiery competitor that wants to win as badly as anybody. Of course, Blake Snell, he's been able to almost taste it when, unfortunately, he ran through the best team in baseball in the Dodgers in 2020. But we have a lot of guys that, a lot of pros that were added to this locker room that are very hungry to win their first, and that's exactly what we need, because we're hungry for more. So when you got people that are hungry for more, who've already tasted it and can't have enough of it, and then you got people that want a part of it because they've never been a part of it, that is the perfect combination. So of course, we got a good thing going on, and hopefully we can stay healthy and do our thing on the field.
Yeah, I want to shift gears a little bit, because last year the season probably didn't start for you statistically the way you wanted, and then a new character was born. We call him Glasses Kike online. What was, I know you've talked about it, but some fans here in our live chat want to know more about what was that biggest difference and how important is it to actually be able to see the goddamn baseball, to be able to hit the goddamn baseball?
Yeah, no, definitely. There was a lot of things going on, man. I was coming off a surgery that, you know, at the time it was explained to me as a pretty simple surgery, but they ended up having to do a lot because I played for a long period of time needing the surgery and I wasn't aware of it. And that adjustment period is not the easiest. I feel like it wasn't until like the middle of June that I started feeling pretty good physically. Before that, I felt like every day I felt like I needed surgery again, and it was weird. And it's kind of, you know, insecurities of, am I actually good? Am I all right? And, you know, not being able to, a guy like me that kind of like leaves it out on the field every single day, it was weird for me not to have that last year to go all out. And then once I started feeling better physically, of course, finding out about my right eye was pretty key. And then, of course, you know, working on some things that I wasn't doing great mechanically. Kind of saved my season, and who knows if it saved my career. There's a chance that I was a couple days away from getting DFA'd last year, and fortunately for me, unfortunately for some of my teams, hurt, and I mean, I was able to stay a roster, and obviously the rest is history. But yeah, just being able to do the hardest thing that there is in all sports, which is hitting a baseball when you can't really see the spin of the ball, is it's a pretty hard thing to do. But I'm glad we have that resolved for now, and I'm looking forward to a full season of being healthy, feeling strong, and being able to see.
Good Lord. Could you imagine if Kike Hernandez was DFA'd? I would have burned down the damn stadium. Let me ask you this question, Kike. I know that you're an Adidas athlete. It's that 3-stripe life. I always remember you and JT. What are your favorite pair of Adidas cleats? And secondly, what is your favorite Adidas tunnel walk pregame ritual if you have one?
I mean, it's hard not to go with, you know, they've made me a lot of really cool pairs. I got something really, really nice cooking for this year. I don't think it'll be here till the end of April because Andrew decided to take forever to sign me back, so I couldn't design the cleats. But I would say my PEs from 2023, the mint color ones, those are by far the ones that have given me the most compliments, and a lot of people on Instagram reaching out, commenting on the posts, wanting to buy the cleat for the kid and things like that. And unfortunately they can't because I'm the only one. They only made it for me, and I'm just a guy that dresses in a banana suit for the Dodgers, so they wouldn't put it in the market. And then as far as pregame Adidas ritual, I really don't have any. I do my thing on the iPad. I play a little visual game. I do a little meditation, and then I go hit the cage. And after that is, all right, let's go to the field, get ready. And that's about it. I don't really have any rituals like that other than trying to get very caffeinated for the game.
A cafecito. You are much more, my friend, than a guy in a banana suit for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Best of luck to you, Clinton. I appreciate you taking the time. Our best to Mariana and P, that little one growing up too fast. Best of luck this season. Thanks for taking the time, Kike. Thanks very much for being here.
Thank you, guys. It was good seeing you again.
All right, Kike Hernandez, 2-time World Series champion, back in a moment after a quick word. All right, time now to present to you another opportunity here on Last Licks on how to go see Kike Hernandez and your Los Angeles Dodgers against the Cubs, a rematch, if you will, on the domestic side of things on April 13th. Now, this is for field level tickets. The tickets are right behind home plate on the field level. 4 tickets plus free parking in Lot I. Every single cent of this auction goes to benefit Guidry's Guardian Foundation, where we use these funds to help find pups forever homes and get them all situated in a forever home. Go to guidrysguardian.org for more information. But honestly, the easiest way, Clint, is just to go to 32auctions.com/LADCUBS. So LA Dodgers Cubs. And you can bid right there. You can bid in $10 increments. And every single single cent goes to help pups in need. So thanks so much, Kike, for being on the show.
That was fun.
Yeah, I appreciate him taking the time. Everyone's asking. He's very good at this. Kike does not lack entertainment value, but he also does not lack baseball IQ. And he's incredibly smart, and I remember when he came over from Houston. One of the first times I ever introduced Kike Hernandez at one of those like Dodger community events, I said he was a pitcher. Yeah, that's awesome. Anyway, he is a pitcher. He is a pitcher. He just wasn't back in 2014 or whatever the heck it was when he came over.
He has his career ERA down to like 9.61 now after 4 appearances last year. Still looking for that first career strikeout though. So hopefully we can get that out of the way, and maybe Dave will let him catch.
ERA. Yeah, you got to lower that ERA, Kike. What are we doing? All right, so this is kind of funny. Now, Clint, this is a story that has been told before. It's not brand new, but it's worth revisiting because it's just funny. Max Muncy, meet Max Muncy. So both of these guys, Clint, were drafted by the Oakland Athletics. Max Muncy, of course, the now Los Angeles Dodger, friend of the program. We love the guy. Back-to-back seasons of 30 or more home runs. And Max Muncy, the current Oakland Athletic. These two guys could actually face off against one another in May when the A's are at the Dodgers. And even if that's not weird enough, they both share an August 25th birthday. Like, you can't make this stuff up, man.
Baseball's funny like that, huh? I mean, one has had a pretty illustrious career, and the other one hopefully doesn't have the same fate the original Max Muncy had as an Athletic. But this is where we're at, I guess. We're talking about things that are happening in, what was that, May?
No, it's just funny. Like, I just listen, bro. Like, we're down to slim pickings here until games actually matter on Thursday. So anyway, I think that's cute. And whatever. It's cute. Max Muncy versus Max Muncy, August 25th, both drafted by the A's. That's just stupid. All right. Since you're so cool, what's coming up on All Dodgers with Clint Pasillas?
Listen, it was not an indictment on you. I wasn't attacking you. I'm so sorry. Guys, tonight I'll actually be back. Took a little bit of a mental health siesta over the weekend after doing 5 or 6 different streams between this and another show and the yada yada. So anyways, join me at 6 p.m. Pacific time, or yeah, something like that. That sounds about right. We'll kind of pregame, talk about the Dodgers, see what's going on with this team. Hopefully have some positive Mookie Betts news to share. But if not, we'll be talking more about, how long he should be out. Just kind of letting him be right, be good, all that kind of stuff. Plus some more pitching talks, yada, yada. You know how it goes, guys. It's a stream. We'll be talking, taking a lot of comments and all that kind of stuff. So tube in, subscribe here as well. All of these things really help us out on the YouTube.
Yes, thanks for watching, everybody. Clint and I are back on Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Bring a friend, smash that like and subscribe button. And by the way, we're talking about Blake Snell, the official opener for the domestic series. Here we go, guys. Go Dodgers.
By the way, quickly, $2 super chat from IB Stroke, and thank you, says Max Muncy, current and future Dodger. Wanted to get that in there.
Wow. The current Oakland Athletic guy is coming to the Dodgers. Is that what you're saying?
Sacramento. I don't know. Anyways, we had to go.
Our Max Muncy's going to hit bombs in Sacktown. Okay.
Bye.
エンリケ、ヘルナンデス、日本を魅了した情熱のその衝撃と感動の奇跡、こんなにも東京が素晴らしい場所だとは、ドジャース不動のムードメーカー、エンリケ、ヘルナンデスが語ったその一言は、日本中の野球ファンの心を揺さぶった。先日開催された東京での Mlb イベントで、彼が見せた鮮烈なパフォーマンスとその素顔は、多くのファンを魅了し、瞬く間に話題となった。ヘルナンデスといえば、Mlb 界屈指の万能プレイヤーでありながら、底抜けに明るくユーモラスな性格で知られている。そんな彼が久しぶりに日本を訪れたとの期待に見せた、彼らしいエピソードのまた一つ。日本の野球界に新たな感動を刻んだ。ジェットラグで体はボロボロ。でも、日本のファンに会える喜びの方がはるかに勝っていた。と語るヘルナンデス。その言葉通り、彼は疲れを一切見せることなく、笑顔でグラウンドを駆け回り、ファンとの触れ合いを楽しんでいる。まさに、野球を愛し、野球に愛される男。そのものだ。さらに、このイベントで日本のファンを大いに驚かせたのが、ヘルナンデスがホームラン争いで大谷翔平と肩を並べる活躍を見せていたという事実だ。ヘルナンデスは、シーズン序盤から勢いよく本塁打を量産しており、一時期はリーグ首位の座を独占。まさに絶好調の極みと言えるが、彼はそれを冗談めかして、まあ、翔平とトミーには、 僕と並んで楽しんでもらってる感じかな、と明るく振り返った。昨シーズン終了後、ヘルナンデスは FA となり、去就が注目されたが、最終的に古巣ドジャースとの再契約を決意した。オフ期間には、彼の残留を望むドジャースファンたちの熱い声が球団に次々と届き、SNS を中心に動くが話題となった。その姿に、ヘルナンデス本人の心を打たれ、あれほど熱烈に僕を必要としてくれるファンの声は忘れられない、と語ったほどだ。特に印象的だったのは、チームメイトの再契約を望むファンが、球団社長アンドリー・フリードマンの公式インタビューに殺到したというエピソードだ。僕を戻そうとするために、ファンが必死になってくれた姿は本当に感動的だったよ、と、彼自身も嬉しそうに語る。ドジャースでのヘルナンデスといえば、ユーティリプレイヤーとして外野、内容問わずあらゆるポジションをこなし、打撃でも守備でもチームを支える。特に2024年、ドジャースが悲願のワールドシリーズ制覇を果たした際には、彼の存在感とリーダーシップがチームの精神的支柱となった。チームはシーズン終盤、不況の中でも一致団結し、パドレスやメッツなどの強豪を次々と下して頂点に掴んだ。その快進撃の原動力こそ、まさにヘルナンデスが生み出したチームの絆だったのだ。ヘルナンデスは、かつて2018年の日米野球院を参加した経験を持ち、日本野球の熱狂ぶりを肌で感じていた。その時以上に今回の東京訪問が鮮烈だった理由、彼はこう分析する。短い期間だったのに、日本の人々は僕たちを全力で歓迎してくれた。街全体が僕たちを待っていてくれたように感じたよ。こうしたヘルナンデスの言葉からも、日本野球への深い敬意と感謝が伝わってくる。昨季は怪我や視力の問題にも苦しみ、一時は DFA、戦力外、寸前まで追い込まれていた彼だが、その窮地を救ったのは、自らの努力と、メガネをかけるようになったことだった。ファンからは、メガネっけ、として親しまれ、新たなヒーロー像を築き上げ、ボールがしっかり見えることが、これほど重要だったなんて、と冗談交じりに語る彼の表情には、苦難を乗り越えた者たちが持つ輝きが宿っていた。また、彼を語る上で欠かせないのがそのリーダーシップだ。かつてドジャースで共に戦った大スター、バット、ケンプは、もしキケがあの頃のドジャースにいてくれたら、間違いなく優勝していたか。彼がクラブハウスを明るくし、野球を再び楽しくさせてくれたか、と熱く語ったことがある。ヘルナンデス自身、そのコメントを知った時は思わず鳥肌が立ったと。野球選手は、グラウンド上の活躍以上に、クラブハウスでの人間性や振る舞いが重要になる。だからこそ、ああいった言葉をかけてもらえることは、僕にとって一番の栄誉だよ。と、彼は笑顔で語った。そんなヘルナンデスが迎える今季、ドジャースは再びワールドシリーズ連覇を目指す。チームには新たにタイトルを渇望する新戦力も加入し、一度味わった栄光をまた味わいたい、と強い決意を燃やすヘルナンデス。再びリングを獲得する瞬間を、今度こそホーム、ドジャースのユニフォームで迎えることへの期待へ膨らませている。このチームならまた特別なことを成し遂げられ、日本を愛し、ファンに愛され続けるエンリケ、ヘルナンデス。その明るさ、情熱、そして誰にも真似できないプレースタイルで、彼は再び日本とアメリカ、両国のファンを熱狂させることになるだろう。野球は記録や数字以上に、人々の心を揺さぶり、感動を生むスポーツだ。その真髄を知り、ファンを笑顔にさせるエンリケ、ヘルナンデス。彼こそ、これからも MLB と日本のファンをつなぐ架け橋となり続ける、真の野球人なのだ。